Hi everyone, my name is Tori Bissell and I'm the Director of Training at Plan to Protect. Before we really dive into our course, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for taking this course. It truly demonstrates your dedication and commitment to protecting the vulnerable sector. At Plan to Protect, we applaud your diligence. Plan to Protect provides the highest standard of abuse prevention and protection to organizations serving the vulnerable sector. We do this by training and equipping you with the tools, resources, policies, training, and support that you need to create a safe environment in your organization. Plan to Protect initially started 20 years ago in a church community in Canada, but has since expanded to include organizations, charities, and the faith community, schools, daycares, women's shelters, food banks, busing companies, refugee sponsorship programs, community programs, child and youth serving organizations, retirement homes, sporting leagues, municipalities, and more. Most of our clients are in Canada and the United States, but you can also find Plan to Protect in South American countries like Bolivia, European countries like Belgium and UK, African countries like Ghana and Kenya, Asian countries like Cambodia, and more. We're excited to see organizations globally committed to protecting children, youth, and vulnerable adults. We are excited that you are here, you are making a difference, you are making an impact, so thank you. As we begin our Admin Leader recertification course, I thought it would be a good idea to cover some of the basics and give you an overview for this course. The first thing you'll notice is that the course has been split into multiple modules. Each module has some readings, a video presentation, and an assignment. Throughout the course, we've also included downloads or links to documents or resources that you'll need. You'll also notice that we've included multiple forum questions throughout the course. This way you can participate in discussions and even ask any questions that you may have. As we begin, I'd like to share a story with you which really highlights the purpose and the heart behind this course. Many years ago, I actually learned how to knit, and I was so excited to knit my first blanket. I bought all the yarn I needed, I bought a pattern to follow, and the right needles to use. I was so excited to begin and make a gorgeous blanket as a present. I began knitting, and I carefully followed the pattern so that my blanket would be perfect. I began knitting away carefully, paying attention to each row that I was working on. Once I got really comfortable with the pattern, it was so easy to knit the blanket and move quickly. I spent hours and hours knitting away, and my blanket got longer and longer. I couldn't believe that I was making my first blanket. When the blanket was as long as it needed to be, I finished off my last stitch and held the blanket up so that I could take a look at it. I was so excited. I had finished my first blanket and I couldn't wait to take a look. But I was shocked and devastated that instead of a giant rectangular shaped blanket, my blanket looked more like a triangle. The bottom was wider than the top. Apparently, as I had been knitting away, I had accidentally dropped a stitch here and there, and each row got shorter and shorter and shorter. While I had started with 250 stitches, by the end I was down to about 100. While I had been working away, I had been so focused on the individual row that I was on, I had completely missed the big picture and the fact that I was literally dropping the ball, or the stitches. Sometimes I think Plan to Protect programs can be like my blanket. We start off all gung-ho. We have the tools we need, we know what we need to do, and we have a pattern. Or perhaps the Plan to Protect manual to follow, and we're ready to go. We're working away on Plan to Protect and we get into a rhythm. We think we know what we're doing, and we think we're doing everything that we should be doing. We're focused on the task at hand, just like I was focused on my row of stitches. But sometimes we are so focused on what's right in front of us that we completely miss the big picture. We don't step back to review our progress. We don't step back to count our stitches or to double check what we're doing. I think that this Plan to Protect recertification course for Admin Leader is the perfect way for us to step back and take a big picture look at our organization's policies, screening, and Plan to Protect procedures. Have we dropped any stitches? Are we dropping the ball anywhere? Is there anything that we need to be doing better? Let's raise the bar on protection. Let's do everything we can to protect the vulnerable sector. Let's strive for the highest standard of abuse prevention and vulnerable sector protection. Socrates once said, "I know that I do not know." The truth is we don't know everything, and there could be things we're missing without even realizing. So while you're listening to this course, I encourage you to hold your organization at arm's length and take a look at the big picture. Are there any areas you may be missing? Are there any areas of your organization or your policies that you can strengthen? Remember, Plan to Protect is all about good, better, best, and avoiding the bad. I think most of our organizations are avoiding the bad, and maybe we're doing a good job, but is there anything that we could be doing better? Is there anything that we need to strive for the best? My grandpa always used to say, good, better, best, never ever rest till your good is better and your better is best. Let's not rest on our laurels, let's raise the bar on protection, and let's do the best. Thank you for your dedication and commitment to protecting the vulnerable sector. Maya Angelou once said, "Do the best you can until you know better, and then when you know better, do better." I know that you are doing everything you can to create a safe environment within your organizations. In this Level 2 training, we're going to chat about how you can do better and how you can continue to strengthen your programming. And when you know better, you can do better. Let's do it together.